Hi everyone, today you'll be joining me on our tide pooling adventure. Tide pools occur when the tide retreats and leaves seawater trapped in indentations in the sand or rocks. So tide pooling is an outdoor activity which involves going and exploring these intertidal marine ecosystems during low tide when the tide pools are exposed and accessible for everyone to explore. Today we'll be tide pooling in the Malibu area in Southern California. I'd like to acknowledge that this area, which we will be tide pooling at, is the unceded and traditional homelands of the indigenous Chumash people. We will be looking for starfish, sea anemones, sea urchins, and other unique intertidal marine organisms. We will also be learning about each animal that we encounter as well. Hello everyone! How's everyone doing? Who's ready to go tide pooling? Alright everyone, so I'm here tide pooling with my best friend and sister, Nairi. We're gonna go tide pooling and we're all super excited for you guys to join us on this adventure. It is a drastic difference from, Tahiti, where I was at earlier a few weeks ago. But I'm on the other side of the Pacific Ocean now, so I'm not too far away from the Polynesian Triangle, but super excited. Let's go. Let's see. Alright everyone, so I made it onto this big boulder rock tide pool thingy area. So let's go and see what we can find over here. Some sea anemones, a lot of giant California mussels everywhere, which is the primary diet for the Ocraceous piesaster, starfish. And I already see two starfish right over here. We have an orange one and we have an ochre colored one. That's the reason why ochre starfish are called ochre starfish. There we go, you guys. Two giant ochre starfish. An orange one and an ochre one right side by side. And we got some devil's fingers over here. This algae thing over here is called devil's hand or devil's fingers. It's pretty neat. But let's get in here. Some sea anemones too. Pretty cool. Classic California intertidal rock pool over here. And then we got another cool starfish over here of the same species, feasting on a mussel. We got a good amount of starfish over here as well. They're pretty much clinging to the rocks everywhere. All right, everyone, and here it is, the infamous ochre starfish or ochre sea star.
Scientific name is Ocratius piezaster. As you can see, these guys can get pretty massive in size. And this one is eating a mussel over here, which is their primary diet over here in the wild, in the intertidal zone. And another cool fact about the ochre starfish is that it has these tiny little claw-like things on its exoskeleton called pedicellariae, and so they help them navigate the environment around them. So just to demonstrate what the pedicellariae can do, check that out. It's grabbing my hairs. Let me get a little closer. Pedicellariae, cool stuff. So, I'm really fascinated by ochre starfish, and I've been really interested in learning more about them since I was a kid because of the fact that they're just so different from other organisms that you find out in the world, and they possess really unique qualities. And what's really cool about this particular species is that since it lives in the intertidal zone, there's a lot of waves that crash against the rock pools, and so therefore they have to be kind of rock-like to withstand the pressure and the heavy weight of the waves that come and hit the intertidal zone, because any other species of starfish would essentially fall off or get swept away by the waves, and as a result they require these tube feet that help them cling and stay on to the rocks and the intertidal zone. But so how these guys pretty much eat is that they have a way of grabbing the mussel, as you can see. And so what happens is that the ochre starfish pretty much starts to open up the mussel just a little bit enough of a gap, and it inserts its stomach into the mussel, and it releases these enzymes that pretty much loosen and digest the mussel and anything else that it wants to eat. So they're a keystone species in the intertidal zone, meaning that without these guys, the intertidal zone would be pretty much screwed, and it would throw off the balance in the intertidal zone completely, because they help keep every other organism here in check, because they're pretty much predators. But yeah, ochre starfish are really cool, and if you do ever get the chance to come out to the intertidal zone, I highly recommend everyone to be respectful to these animals, and obviously try to touch them, but don't try to disrupt or take these guys home. They are a protected species, so yeah, don't forget to be a star. Thank you, Mr. Starfish. See you later. So I'm gonna have my best friend kind of tell you guys what her first impressions are of the intertidal zone and what coming to the intertidal zone means to her.
I'm relaxed. It's really relaxing, and honestly, you start to appreciate the ocean a lot more, and you realize why people work so hard to keep it clean. And there's just a lot here, like seaweed everywhere, and also it reminds you how powerful nature is. Like, you can't mess with nature. Like, even walking on the rocks, like you have to be careful. You could fall. The nature here is really strong, and you have to respect the ocean.
Check out this California sea hare, you guys. It is a gastropod. It's technically a slug, and they feed on algae in the intertidal zone. But they're super cool.
It is.
That is a California sea off in the sea areas because they actually look like rabbits, kind of. Super, super adorable, guys. And also another very important species over here in the California Intertidal zone. But yeah. Now we're gonna go into a sea cave. Let's go look for some treasure.
Bro, what is this? This has never been like this. Is there like an influx of seaweed?
Um, giant California green sea anemones. Another classic of the intertidal zone over here. Got some more of them over here. Check out that emerald green color. We got a baby starfish over here, a purple sea urchin, right there. And this is a purple sea urchin. And just another really common and important animal here in the intertidal zone. They are an echinoderm, just like starfish, so they belong to the same same family, sea family, and family as starfish. But this is what they look like. So it has a mouth on the underside that have little teeth, and these guys primarily feed on seaweed, sea kelp, and algae. And these guys are an issue right now for the sea kelp forests here off the coast of California and in general the west coast of North America, because their populations have gotten to a massive level, and they pretty much eat the sea kelp. They eat the roots of the sea kelp or the stipes, and so the sea kelp floats to the top, and that is a big problem for keeping the ecosystem here on the west coast in check. And the reason why these guys have skyrocketed in terms of population is because the ochre starfish, their populations went down as a result of a massive disease that almost wiped them out completely. And so the sea stars, or the ochre sea stars, are what pretty much eat these guys, along with the sun stars, which were also infected by that massive just wasting disease. But yeah, so that's why these guys pretty much exploded in terms of population. But they're pretty common in Japanese cuisine. I forgot the exact name, uni, I think. They're called uni, where they eat the gonads or the reproductive organs on the inside of these purple urchins. But yeah, purple sea urchin. Well, that was a super fun and productive tide pooling day, and I'm really glad that you guys all got to join me and learn a bit about the intertidal ecosystem right here in sunny Southern California. Check it out. How sunny is it? I'm kidding. Anywho's, but it was super fun, and like, subscribe, share, and don't forget to be a star.